ladies and gentlemen, to present to us the prosperity through cooperativism. Let us all welcome with a sounding round of applause, Honorable Orlando R. Ravanera, the Chairman of Cooperative Development Authority. Please, roll on, please.
Thank you so much to our very amazing MC for that very kind introduction.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Isa pong taos-pusong pagbati sa lahat. My warm greetings to my good friend and the president of the PhilMays, Engineer Roger Navarro, to Mr. Roderico Bioco, the Chairman Emeritus of PhilMays and Executive Committee Chair of the National Corn Board, to all the officers and members of PhilMays in attendance of the 16th Philippine National Corn Congress. A pleasant day to all of you, and I hope that everyone is safe in the comforts of your homes or offices all over the country. Likewise, I would like to congratulate all of you for organizing the 16th Philippine National Corn Congress with the theme, Maunlad na Pagmamais, Kaakibat ng Pagbangon ng Ating Ekonomiya. Indeed, it is a great challenge for everyone, the government and the private sector alike, and more importantly, those belonging to the agriculture sector, to work hand in hand as we all contribute in the recovery of our beloved country from the effects brought about by this pandemic, which shocked the whole world and brought countries to a standstill, including their economies. As the tagline of the government in the Bayanihan Act goes, we heal as one. Hence, it will require a collective effort from everyone for us to fully recover from this crisis. Ladies and gentlemen, please allow me to present the updates on the cooperative sector today, tomorrow, and beyond. Yes, through cooperativism, we can achieve prosperity that no one shall be left behind. Our agency, the Cooperative Development Authority, was mandated to promote the viability and growth of cooperatives as instruments of equity, social justice, and economic development, as highlighted in Article 12, Section 15 of the 1987 Constitution. CDA was created by virtue of Republic Act number 6939 and further strengthened by the new CDA Charter, Republic Act 11364, which was signed by His Excellency President Rodrigo Roa Duterte. That's August 8, 2019. Under this new law, the CDA is strengthened and reorganized to enable it to further enhance the delivery of service to its clientele, the cooperative sector. Allow me to highlight as well with regards to the cooperatives in the country in the recent times. But first, let us define what is cooperative. According to Article 3 of Republic Act number 9520, a cooperative is an autonomous and duly registered association of persons with a common band of interest who have voluntarily joined together to achieve their social, economic, and cultural needs and aspirations by making equitable distributions to the capital required, patronizing their products and services, and accepting a fair share of the risk and benefits of the undertaking in accordance with universally accepted cooperative principles. Cooperatives use the 7 core principles as their guide in all of the dealings and functions of their organization. And these principles include voluntary and open membership, democratic member control, members' economic participation, autonomy and independence, education, training, and information, cooperation among cooperatives, and concern for the community. Yes, we recognize as the #1 capital in the spirit of cooperativism, the human capital, and therefore developing their human potential is really a priority. Currently, I'd like to update you on this. There are about 18,581 cooperatives, active cooperatives across the country, with some 11.6 million members, and as shown in the breakdown, is equally represented in both genders. Luzon has the highest concentration in the number of cooperatives and members, followed by Mindanao and the Visayas. There are about 22 types of cooperatives in the country, and most of these primary cooperatives are also members of cooperative federations and unions. Cooperatives all over the country provided direct employment, about 513 jobs, and 2.5 million jobs for indirect employment. Paano ba ito? For example, isang nanay marunong magluto, hiram siya sa bangko, hindi siya makahiram. Pero hiram siya sa kanyang cooperative that very day. She can put up karinderya. So nag-provide po siya ng employment. Yun po, marami po ito. We can, based on our record, is about that many millions. So shown in the figure as well as the total asset and net surplus of cooperative as the latest data. Ito po yan. So cooperatives are engaged in different types of economic activities ranging from savings and credit, consumer, canteen and catering services, sale of agricultural products, marketing, trading non-agricultural products, production, manufacturing, transportation, rental of equipment, office space, labor service, water services, providing trainings and other economic activities. So around 50% of the total cooperatives in the country, of the 18,000 or so, about some 9,000 cooperatives with some 6 million are members are classified as agriculture cooperatives. And our cooperatives whose nature of business is agriculture related, as they include the ecological people like the indigenous peoples, mga IPs, mga lumads, farmers and fisher folks, women, and others. So the agriculture sector is considered as a vital component in ensuring food security of the country, especially during these most trying times, and cooperatives have greatly contributed to this endeavor of the government and the sector. Yung sabi po natin na any short or long-term development can be won or lost to agriculture, being an agricultural country. So in the agriculture sector, it was highlighted in a study that the root cause of poverty is not the lack of resources, as the Philippines has been described as the richest in the world with regards to ecological resources. Ang sabi po ng UNFAO, by per unit area, we are po the richest. Would you believe this? In Mount Makiling Aron or Mount Mitangla, that's only about 5,000 hectares. Ang makikita po doon mga flora and fauna are far greater in number compared to those found in 1 billion hectares North America. Doon po kayaman yung ating before 17 million of dipterocarp forest. Pero nawala na po, yun ang problema. Ang ating pong archipelago has been described as the center of marine life on Earth. Pero tingnan po ninyo, who are now the poorest of the poor? Our coastal communities. Kasi talaga po, out of the 13 major bays in the Philippines, 10 are dead already biologically. Of the 25 major rivers in the Philippines, 15 are dead already or polluted or dried up. So who suffered the consequences of this ecological degradation? The ecological people, the farmers. And so ang problema po talaga, we are so rich, but the problem as described in that study is the powerlessness of the people to have access and control over the resources in this time, in this age of that insane ideology called corporate globalization. Mayroon po tatlong tanong. Who controls, who profits, who benefits? Not the farmers. Tingnan po ninyo. Sila ang nagpapainit, sila ang nagpapaulan. Pero ang nakikinabang, fertilizer dealers, seed dealers, compradors, cartel, or what have you, yun po talaga ang katotohanan. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I do believe that the PhilMais can do something about to empower our corn farmers, especially at this time. Corn harvest, would you believe that? Inopen nila ang floodgates and then the entry of corn substitute at that. Eh dito nga po, I'm going around, ang kawawa po talaga, 8 pesos, 9 pesos, sometimes 4 pesos per kilo pa dito sa Bukidnon. They produce that at about 11 pesos and 50 centavos. And so, mga kababayan, no, unless we regain our lost ecological integrity, unless we empower our people, unless we reverse poverty trend in the rural areas, and unless opportunities are provided to them in the regional areas, in the rural areas, including the programs and projects of the government agencies and their partners in development, the rural people will continue to migrate to the already conducive cities, and farming will still become economically non-viable. Based on our study po, bawat 5 magsasaka, especially the young ones, 4 po ay umalis na, pumunta sa syudad, nagtrabaho as janitor, as driver, as waiter, o maganda as dancer. Pero yun po ang katotohanan. Let us accept that reality. Farming has not become viable anymore. Tingnan mo ang corn, tingnan mo ang rice. During the time of harvest, we are producing it at the tune of 30 to 15 pesos per kilo. Ang mga, pag-open natin ng floodgates natin sa pag-entry ng mga rice coming from Thailand, Vietnam, or what have you, pinapagbili lang ng 10 pesos. How can we compete with that? Kaya nga sabi ng mga farmers, why? We are becoming the poorest of the poor. Alis na tayo sa pagsasaka, balik punta tayo sa syudad. So that is the problem. So cooperatives, especially the micro, small, and medium co-ops, and those engaged in agro-related activities serve as the liberating force of the poor, particularly in the rural areas and urban slums, where people in these communities are provided with the opportunity to uplift their social and economic condition and to harness their collective potential or power through cooperativism. We are putting those in the margins into the mainstream of development processes. Empower the poor and the vulnerable, especially the farmers. But how do you do that? In an age of this insane ideology called corporate globalization, they control, they even destroy our ecological integrity. And so mga kababayan, as social injustices looms in so many ways, including the oppression and unjust killings and grabbing of lands from the lumads in the lives of our farmers who till the lands, not their own. Yun, I will say, they're killing the lumads. Dito po, I've been going around during this COVID. Na-discover ko po dito sa Bukidnon alone, they have killed more than 50 lumad leaders for fighting for their land rights and for their water rights. Ang sabi nila sa akin, Chairman, sabihin mo sa amin, basura ba kami? Mabuti pa doon sa Amerika, when George Floyd was killed, what did they do? Nag-rally sila, nag-protest sila. Ang sabi nila, Black Lives Matter. Ang sabi ko po ngayon, the lives of the IPs matter. Tindigan po natin sila. I can cite so many, ito po, yung mga killers, naglalakad pa, ay ano ba yan? So they don't have access and control over the mode of production and marketing, which renders them vulnerable to being manipulated by a few for their own greed and profit, leaving our farmers with meager income. And these scenarios are the reason why 4 out of 5 people in the rural areas are migrating to the urban centers. Grabe po talaga. You know that. It is res ipsa locator. It goes without saying, the control of cartel in this country. The oligarch, enough is enough of their control. Tama na po yan. You are even using government. So today, some 6 million members of some 2,000 agrarian reform beneficiaries cooperatives and of some 5,000 farmers cooperatives are owning the land and are controlling the mode of production and market. That's cooperativism. Kasi po talaga, nakatali ating mga sasaka to so-called conventional agriculture. They even nawala na yung ating mga traditional varieties, pinalitan with patent na. And so along that line, let us analyze very well po. Yun po. Ngayon po, our office has been created to advance social justice in a land where so much social injustice looms. If you are a farmer and you are telling the land not your own, that is a big social injustice. And if you own the land, you do not control the mode of production and marketing, yun po ang problema. That is again social injustice. And this office has been created according to my good friend, the late Nini Pimentel. Orlan, nilagay natin ang cooperativism dyan. We are institutionalizing people power. Kasi po talaga, it is so difficult when only a few are in control of our economy. So we have to shift, ladies and gentlemen, from conventional to sustainable agriculture. The CDA, in its quest to further empower cooperatives into becoming sustainable co-ops, are delivering the following services to the cooperative sector and to the communities: Co-op Supply and Value Chain Program, Financial Inclusion for Co-ops and its members, CDA e-services programs, Co-op Learning Programs, Co-op Bayanihan Program, Information and Advocacy for Co-ops, and in the light of the pandemic, including health and safety protocols for the co-ops to follow Co-op Regulatory Relief Program and the Balik Probinsya Bagong Pag-asa Program, in which the CDA is a member of the BP2 Council. So in the delivery of its services, the agency taps the assistance and support of other government agencies, making it a whole of government approach, and likewise the assistance of the local government units and of the private sector. And the entire cooperative movement is also being tapped by the agency as bringing forth development, especially to those in the marginalized sector, requires constant and collective efforts from all agencies and institutions. So based on the research study po entitled What Difference Do Cooperative Makes, which was conducted by the International Cooperative Research Group of the U.S. Overseas Cooperative Development Council, which has been supported by the U.S. Agency for International Development, or USAID, it was stated, and I quote, no, the existence of cooperatives positively influences the overall quality of life of the community, and the members enjoy better economic position. This is also true po in the rural areas. Kasi po noon, look at this. Dito sa Balingasaglang o dito sa Mindanao, ang daming mga coconut, pero don't you know that the forest of the while coconut industry is $1 billion industry, but the cocoa farmers are the poorest of the poor. Bakit? They are just selling it. Kopra po, pinagbibili lang dito na 5 pesos per kilo. And then they process it. Tapos pinagbibili sa atin, mahal na. So therefore, through cooperativism, we're able to process the coconut into cocoa sugar, cocoa oil, cocoa vinegar, and what have you. So value chain. So ito po ang naging subject ko kay study. So according din po the study, nakipakita po sa akin ang si Dr. Judith Hermanson last year. Ang sabi po sa akin ni Dr. Judith Hermanson, the Philippines is the cooperative leader in Asia and the Pacific, and cooperatives are known to have played the important roles from the early century to today. Especially mga kababayan, gusto kong alam sa inyo na based on our data po in the last 8 months or so pandemic, alam po ba ninyo ilan ang naibigay na tulong ng mga kooperatiba? It amounted to 5,400,000,000 po ang tulong nila. PPEs, food packs, services, transport, whatever. Binibigyan nila ng mga tulong sa komunidad. Umabot po yan ng 5,400,000,000. Yun po. Kaya nga po totoo, prosperity for all. No one shall be left behind. So at this time of pandemic po, masasabi po natin, the spirit of compassion shines through amidst the darkness caused by this pandemic. Yun po ang naging maganda nangyari ngayon. So indeed, cooperativism is not only the countervailing force against poverty and social injustice, but also against climate change and violent extremism. It is great equalizer in highly skilled societal order. If you come here to Mindanao, nandito po dito yung mga former combatants of the MILF under Commander Bravo, 15,000 MILF combatants in the northwestern Mindanao front. They ceasefire po sa Cambilal. I went there. In 2 weeks, we were organized the 15,000 combatants into cooperative. At sumigaw na po sila, mga pagare-apang sama-sama na tanong kooperatiba. Isa lang ang armas natin ngayon, kooperatiba, because we approach the cause of war. And therefore, we will now bring peace in Mindanao to end the second longest war in the world, the Mindanao War. Doon po sinundan ni Paul Dato Subang doon sa Sibagat. He was a former commander of the NPA, nag-surrender. Yung chieftain of the 10,000 Manubo tribe. Nag-organize na po sila into cooperative. Ito rin po at sinundan ni Sultan Abdul Amoran ng Northeast Mindanao Front, ang MILF, nag-organize into kooperatiba. So ito po ngayon ang nangyari kaya against violent extremism. Di ba there was a time, sabi nila, ano ba nangyayari sa bayan natin? Meron ng Filipino Suicidal Bomber. Kaya nga po in-organize natin ito cooperative, and that is the reason why cooperativism has become transformative for people, planet, prosperity, and peace. Yun po ang sinasabi natin ngayon. Pagbabago po. Stop poverty, stop hunger, stop social injustice. Ito po ang 17. At alam po ba ninyo mga kababayan, ano ang naging tema ng 17 Sustainable Development Goals? Transformative ko, pagbabago po. At this age, ang sabi po ng study sa Oxfam, in this age, where there is so much veneration to the profit motive that has already captured the mindset of all governments, all institutions, all religious groups, all universities, puro na lang pera. Ang sabi, and there is so much denigration of the spirituality. Ang sabi po nila, let us now regain back the lost spirituality through cooperativism. Service, love to your fellow men, pagbabago. Kasi po daw, ang sabi ng Oxfam study, sa present development paradigm, especially in agriculture, ang nakikinabang daw po ay global corporation. only 1% of the total, only 1% of the population of the earth of the world is benefiting from the so-called development paradigm. At ang sabi po nila, kailangan nating to break that and to change that with cooperativism. And so along that line po, yun po ang tunay na diwa ng kooperatiba na gusto ko. Kasi po ang diwa talaga ng kooperatiba, number 1 is members own. No one shall be left behind. Sila po ang may-ari. Pangalawa is empowerment of the poor and the vulnerable. Pangalawa po, it is value-based and philosophy-driven. Siguro wala tayong pera, pero hindi tayo nawawala sa ating paninindigan, sa ating paniniwala sa katotohanan na the supreme force in the universe is not money, is not economy, it is the human person, it is love, it is ecological wealth. Nawala na nga po. Kasi ang mentality ng mga tao ngayon puro na lang sa externalities o materialities. Let us now replace it with a philosophy-driven and value-based called cooperativism. And so, mga kaibigan, yun po ang aking gustong ipabahagi. I'm sorry I talk this way because I am so passionate when I've learned from the Lumans na Lumans lives matter. Kasi po, in the last 5 years, 50 killed, including a 5-year-old baby. Yun po ang nangyari. So maraming salamat at mabuhay po ang PhilMais at ang bumubuo ng sektor ng agrikultura sa ating bansa kasama ng ating makasamahan sa kilusang kooperatiba. At ito po ang gusto ko ipakita sa inyo, kaibigang Roger.
Yes, sir.
You are now registered. Ito, PhilMais.
Hey, thank you.
Welcome to the family. You are now a cooperative. Salamat, Roger.
Ang galing naman.
Anyway, I have with me your plaque.
Grabe
I will bring this to you and I will get the copy that you have promised me, the book.
Wow.
Yeah.
The best gift that we received during the Corn Congress.
Yeah, this is
So, mga kapamilya, kapuso na po ngayon namin ang PhilMais.
At long last.
Kaya na one family. So, you tell us
Papaiyak
what
kami sa tuwa.
Itong kasama namin talagang matagal na ito. Si Raul, cooperativism din yung hadikain ito nila, Raul.
Yeah.
Na